This video is intended for educational and informational purposes only. It aims to provide insights into economic trends and strategic thinking, not financial advice. What if I told you the next global financial crisis won't begin in China or Europe, but right in the heart of America? That factories will shut down, not in Detroit, but in Vietnam. That bankruptcy rates will explode, not on Wall Street, but in the garment factories of Bangladesh. The headlines won't warn you. The analysts won't prepare you. But it's already happening. Trump's influence may seem like yesterday's news, but in reality, it's shaping the next chapter of global economics. America is turning inward, and when the world's largest consumer closes its gates, a silent earthquake begins. In this video, we'll uncover who will collapse first, who will survive, and what you need to do to prepare for the post-Trump global reset. What happened under Trump, 2017 to 2021? Trade wars. Trump's aggressive tariffs against China and the European Union shattered the illusion of global supply chain security. From car parts to soybeans, entire industries were disrupted, pushing inflation up and trust down. COVID-19. Lockdowns sent shockwaves through global markets. The Dow experienced its worst point drop in history. While Wall Street was flooded with stimulus cash, Main Street businesses vanished overnight. Fed pressure. Trump publicly attacked the Federal Reserve, demanding lower interest rates to keep markets inflated. This blurred the line between independent monetary policy and political theater, shaking investor confidence. Tech nationalism, Huawei and TikTok were branded as national threats. Thus began the chip war, where semiconductors became weapons, not just hardware. Global distrust. From abandoning the Iran nuclear deal to threatening NATO allies, the U.S. created a diplomatic vacuum. For many, it marked the end of America's global reliability. If the U.S. turns fully inward, 2025 onward, Mexico. Factories built to feed American demand may shutter. Border economies will collapse if protectionism wins. China, EVs, solar panels, chips, batteries. China's lifeblood industries will face targeted bans and brutal tariffs. The era of cheap Chinese exports may be over. Germany. German engineering faces its greatest threat, being shut out of the American auto market. Decades of dominance now hang by a thread. South Korea and Taiwan. As America reclaims chip production, these tech powerhouses face redundancy. National security concerns will rewire their future. Turkey. While not directly in U.S. crosshairs, Turkey's fate is tied to Europe's. An EU slowdown and rising dollar could squeeze its fragile economy hard. Who wins in the new economic order? U.S. domestic market. Factories will return. Energy will be local. From steel to semiconductors, Made in America will be more than a slogan. It will be national doctrine. Multinational brands, companies with global loyalty, Coca-Cola, Microsoft, Nestlé, will remain invincible. Borders may close, but brand power travels. Safe haven assets. In times of uncertainty, money flows to safety. Gold, Swiss francs, U.S. Treasury bonds. These aren't just financial instruments. They're lifeboats. Crypto assets. Bitcoin and Ethereum are no longer fringe. They're global resistance to monetary manipulation. In a world where trust in fiat erodes, crypto shines. Self-sufficient nations. India, Saudi Arabia, Brazil. Nations building local resilience, reducing dependency, and investing inward. In the age of economic nationalism, independence becomes power. The death of faison economies. Nations that failed to build brands and relied only on cheap labor may economically collapse as the West shuts its gates. Bangladesh, Vietnam, Honduras, once bustling with outsourced factories, now risk being abandoned. Outsourcing is dying. Brand building is survival. If you don't control your narrative, you don't control your economy. Safe sectors for the next decade: healthcare and biotech. Aging populations, rising diseases, and pandemic awareness equals unstoppable demand. Cybersecurity and artificial intelligence. As life moves online, threats multiply. AI will power systems, but also vulnerabilities. Cyber defense is digital gold. Energy transition. Fossil fuel volatility gives rise to renewables, nuclear, and hydrogen. Nations will compete to dominate the clean energy race. Agritech. Climate change meets food insecurity. Smart farming, water-efficient systems, and food storage innovation will become vital. Safe financial instruments. Gold, timeless store of value in inflationary chaos. Bitcoin and Ethereum, digital hedge against fiat collapse. U.S. Treasury bonds, short-term. Liquidity plus relative safety, dividend-paying blue-chip stocks. Companies like Nestlé, Apple, Microsoft offer consistent yield sector ETFs. Energy, tech, food, defense. Thematic exposure with diversified safety. The critical insight: if you don't own a brand, you don't own your future. The global economy isn't collapsing, it's reorganizing, and those who are prepared will shape what comes next. This is not the end of the world, but it may be the end of the world as you know it. Closing. Your suggested crisis portfolio. Illustrative only. Here's a basic diversified example of what a crisis-aware portfolio could look like in this new era. 25% gold, physical or ETF, 20% Bitcoin Ethereum, cold wallet preferred, 20% global dividend stocks, brand-led stable cash flows, 15% short-term U.S. Treasury bonds, 20% sector-based ETFs, AI, cybersecurity, renewable energy, agritech. This is not investment advice. These are basic financial insights meant to raise awareness and inspire your own research. Always consult with a certified advisor before making financial decisions. The new world economy isn't coming. It's already here. All information presented here is for general informational use and does not constitute investment advice. Always research carefully and consult with professionals before making financial decisions.